Kia ora, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Untidy. We couldn't be happier to be starting in complete chaos this morning. Everyone's been in a bit of a flat.
I hate starting my day in this way, feeling like I'm on the back foot, being like, oh my God, everything's just like, oh, nothing's going right. So, anyway, hello, I am Matilda Green. Did you introduce yourself? Okay.
No.
My name is Matilda Green. I'm a content creator, a mother of three, and I've had a morning, you could say. And this is my looking very cozy. I was going to say co-worker.
Oh,
The hell, yeah,
I
but
mean,
we're
we
more than
are, but
that.
we're so much more than that, Maddie. Don't
This is
don't
my
minimize our
podcast
relationship.
partner, Hannah Davison.
Thank you so much. Mother of two, co-founder and author of the My Big Moments children's books. Please collect your discount
Oh,
at
yes.
checkout by entering Untidy. Let's not forget to plug the product because what do? We don't plug the product. Okay, we've had a bit of a morning. Now, on reflection, I was thinking, okay, I don't have time for a shower before recording because we were going to record at 9. And I was like, I've got to take the dog for a walk and I've got to do this and that, and we'll just deal with it. And then now that we're here at 10:15, could have had a
Could have
shower,
done so many things.
didn't.
And that
Just recycled just recycled my bed look, did some other things. No, it's just been a chaotic morning. I am looking cozy. So this is like it's not I don't know why I'm already crying, Maddie, but
it's an
this is
emotional
obviously
time.
just a it's an emotional time. I was in a meeting with our business partner Flickr the other day, and I had this on. It's kind of like it's a very nice, soft woolen kind of
It's a pashmina, isn't it?
it's kind of like a pashmina. It's
Oh,
kind
I
of like a
see.
cardigan, but it's kind of like a I put it over a sweatshirt. It's a horrible look, but it's freezing. I'm cold, and I thought I'll take it off the recording. No,
No,
I won't.
no,
I'm cold. I'm cold,
but you
and
do
this is
look
what you're gonna
very
have to deal
cozy.
with.
And there's a side note. Do you have new plants going on in the background there?
Well, let me tell thank you for asking. Maddie, I've actually managed to successfully propagate my
Stop.
monstera. That's over my left
That's
shoulder there,
the said
and,
propagated monstera.
sitting in water growing roots like you wouldn't
Wow.
believe. I know, need to put it in a pot, and that's one I was given, but I've just moved them so that it looks like there's a bit of green in the background. I've
It's
also got a
nice. It's
dog.
like adding a nice little sort of backdrop, a bit of the green, the
No.
coziness.
Still got the still got the glow in the dark stars stuck to the ceiling. Still, would you believe no one's come to remove them for me?
Like, have you been looking for a student to come and do it? Because apparently there are
Well,
plenty.
actually, yeah, right. I mean, like, our pod chat is
Mm,
full of ideas. We don't have a plan
no,
today. We
no,
haven't done anything like that. But that you just created a nice little segue. So that's where we'll jump into my winter wife. Have I mentioned my
no.
winter wife before?
Wait, is it Scarlett?
No, no. Also,
Hi,
hi,
Scarlett.
Scarlett. She listens. No, no. I have a winter wife because my ex husband and his wife are away on a 7-week honeymoon in the
Yeah,
UK and the US. And so I was like, well, I couldn't possibly parent solo by myself through
it's a
this
long
entire
time.
time and retain any kind of sanity and not get completely overwhelmed by
Hmm.
all the things on my plate. So I had previously had a wonderful Hungarian lady called Nora who came and stayed on and off. This ended up being her like home and her base in New Zealand. And whenever she stayed, she'd just like muck in with the
Yeah.
family and help out. And she was fantastic. Anyway, I thought to myself, Nora knows a lot of people. And I went to her and I said, Nora, do you know anyone who would like to come and stay with us for winter? And she goes, as a matter of fact, I do. She's wonderful. You'll love her. She's actually just getting home now. Um,
Speak of the winter
and,
wife.
and so she is installed. She finds cooking as
Oh God, I
therapy.
love her already.
She drives. She's organized. She remembers the schedule. She's like, things are just done. I couldn't be a more happily
Oh,
married
amazing.
woman.
And is she Hungarian?
She is.
So wonderful. Oh my God. You've got
You
yourself
know
a
what? Love me a
beautiful
Hungarian.
Hungarian winter wife to help with schedules, help with cooking. God, what a dream.
Oh my God, it's everything. The
Yeah.
other day, Maddie, and this is what I feel like I've lived life
Mm.
as a married man now, and I don't think I can
It's
go
quite nice
back.
having
The
things
other
done
day,
for you.
let me tell you, my laundry is folded and sitting in my
Wow.
room, and these things just happen. They just happen. Things
Yeah.
get cleaned, like dishes get done, dinners get planned. The other day, I was working
Mm.
at my computer, as I am wont to do of a day. The smell of garlic comes wafting into the office. I walk out. She goes, lunch will be ready in
Stop
5
it.
minutes. I've got to cook lunch. I haven't had to make my own meal in days. Oh, no, wait, I made toast this morning for
Oh,
breakfast,
I
but other
want
than
to
that,
find a Hungarian winter
you
wife.
want a winter wife?
Yes.
Yes. I recommend it. Everybody needs
Oh
one.
my gosh, that sounds dreamy. And you're right.
Oh,
That's what it sounds like to
domestic
be a
bliss.
married man. How delightful.
How nice. I think it's just like the things that you need to just like live in the world just get organized around you and you just arrive. You
Um,
arrive to clean laundry, you arrive to
have you
cook
seen that
meals.
video of the Aussie guy that's like, "Look, I gotta show you."
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The
The
magic coffee
magic
table.
coffee table when he just puts something on there and then it just gets done.
Oh my god, it's so funny. We'll include a
It's
link.
so
That's a good
good. It's
laugh.
so good. Oh, so happy for
Oh,
you,
that's
Bean.
so funny.
God, what a delight.
Thank you. Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, so Flicker and I were in a meeting the other day, and she noticed I was wearing this garment again because, again, it was
Yeah.
frickin' freezing in Otatahi. Good God, winter has arrived.
Winter's well and
And
truly
she
here,
and she was
isn't
laughing.
it?
Winter's well and truly here, and she was laughing about it, that. She's like, "Shawl season. Have you seen the Tom Sainsbury reel?" And I
I
was like,
love Tom
"Mm."
Sainsbury so much. Oh my
Oh,
god. He's a
he
genius.
just
He is a
gets it right.
genius.
He is an
Yeah.
absolute genius. Oh, we should get him on the
Boomer
pod. What are we gonna
Dad,
talk about? Who
80s
knows? We'll look it
mum,
up.
and
Boomer
oh,
Dad
but
is
yeah, I
so
think
good.
Boomer Dad might be my favorite. Yeah.
Is my fave. Yeah, haven't seen Boomer
No,
Dad in a
maybe he felt
while.
like Boomer Dad had sort of like run its path for a while.
I don't know, I think he's just waiting for the
Yeah,
next
just
right
waiting for
thing.
the inspiration.
Matty, viewers on YouTube and social media will see your background
It's a
is
whole
different.
new setting, a whole new house. So we've moved into our new house, which is, oh,
How was the
honestly,
move?
well, the actual move was a shit show, of course. But now that we're
Mm.
in,
Anyone knocks? Does anyone go,
go,
"Oh, I had a" let me
say
tell you,
yours.
I had a great
Oh,
I
look at
couldn't
this.
have
I've
gone more
just,
smoothly.
speaking of a winter
What's
wife,
happened?
I've just had
Anonymous
a
arm?
matcha delivered.
Oh,
Oh, I've got a winter
art.
husband.
Look at you go.
Hi,
You've got a winter
Audie.
husband. That's so
Feeling okay?
nice.
Yeah, you can see. Hi.
Oh, hi, darling. Oh my
Hi.
god, there's the skirt on the head.
Hi.
Oh, beautiful hair. Tell her I love her hair. Love what she's done.
Hannah says she loves your hair because look here.
Hi, Audie. You've got beautiful hair. Love what you've done with
Okay.
it.
Love you guys.
Oh,
Have
hey,
a good
Ben.
bath.
Oh my god, almost the entire team has arrived.
Bye, Audie. Bye.
Bye. Oh, we haven't had a little
I
pod visitor in a
know,
while.
honestly, she is just extra cute at the moment. She's just about to turn 4 and she's just, oh my God, she's so
Oh,
sweet. But the reason she is
sweet.
home
Oh.
and the reason we had a bit of a shit show of a morning was so originally Bean and I were going to record today at 11:30. And then
Mm.
yesterday I was like, hey Bean, do you reckon we can do 9 because Art's got an appointment at 10? And Bean was like, yeah, sure, sweet as. And then this morning, it's like, hey, it's going to be 9:15 because I have to get petrol because Art has left me with 20 kilometers.
Hey,
Hey,
me again.
me again, annoying, changey, planny girl. Yeah, so I said it's going to be 9:15. And Ben was again like, that's fine. I'm so accommodating. It's fine.
Look, I'm very
And then
adaptable.
as
It's
I
fine.
got home, pulled into the driveway, I had a missed call from preschool and a missed call from Art. I was like, usually not a great sign. And
That
oh,
makes your blood
doesn't
run
especially
cold,
like
doesn't
just
it?
after drop off. It's like what could have bloody gone wrong?
Oh,
And then little Autie had vomited. She'd vomited at preschool, so they were like, "You're gonna have to come pick her up." It's like,
bless.
okay, let me just call Bean. So call Bean again. Hi.
Me again. Can we record at 10?
And poor Art, the appointment that he had at 10 was his birthday massage.
Oh, no. I thought it was gonna be some sort of, like,
No,
routine,
I mean, look,
prostate
sometimes
exam or
things just
something.
don't go to plan, but oh, the poor guy. Like he's just
Oh,
been
bless.
pure output for the last few weeks. And it was like, oh great, but I've got my birthday massage tomorrow. And I was like, awesome. And then,
No, you don't.
when I got the call about Audie, Art was like, I'm gonna have to cancel the massage, aren't I? I was like, you're gonna have to postpone it. Not not cancel.
Let's
Like
not.
we're not gonna take it off the table completely, but it can't be today. And he's like, okay, fine. Don't worry about it. It'll just be another day of output. Maybe we'll get some input tomorrow. I
Oh,
know.
bless him. We do need to
Oh,
have
we
him on the pod to
do.
talk about yeah, to talk about being the lead at
Yes.
home.
Oh
The
my
dad
god, the
load.
dad. I mean, he is doing an amazing job because he's such a capable hands-on dad anyway. So like, so
A hands-on
oh,
dad, we
totally.
love that, don't we? Maddie, do you know what? You're a capable
Thank
hands-on
you.
mum. I've
Thank
always
you,
thought that
Bean.
about you. People comment on that, strange, like, "Gosh,
Gosh,
she's a
she's a
hands-on
hands-on
mum.
mum. Oh, wow.
Look at her
Wow.
go."
Well, I'm pretty hands off from 11:30 till 7:30 these days, but it's fine.
Oh, anyway, you give Art the compliment that he well and
Okay,
truly
so
deserves. Let's
he
silly.
is so amazing and so capable, so it's fine. But like it's a lot for anyone. It's a lot for a mum or dad when they're on all day, right? From like
Mm.
morning till bedtime. It is a lot. And but it's funny, it's like so many mums would have to do that. Oh, fucking hell. Hold
Oh,
on a
hold on,
second.
we've got
Oh, bust God, not you too. Okay, out the kitchen, bang.
I mean, where's Milo? He's the only one that we haven't heard
And
from
Milo's just
today.
happily at school, just like, "Bye,
Just
bye, see you later."
doing what he
Just doing
does.
what he does best, is just hanging out with his buds at school. Oh, and, this morning on the way to school, 'cause Audie was like, "Oh, she actually said she felt really tired this morning." I was like, "Oh, no." And then Milo goes, "I don't have any issues." I was like, "Well, that's nice." So, "But you did have a bit of a snotty nose." He goes, "Yeah, and I had my infected finger, but they're all gone now. I don't have any issues." It's like, "Wow, God, must be
Oh my
nice.
god,
Must be nice not
I
to have
love it.
any issues."
I love it. Other than usual
Yeah.
life stuff, I think it's good to just remember, don't really have any
No,
major issues
no,
right now.
exactly. We're all
Couple of
fine.
minor bits to take
Exactly.
care of. On the whole, things are
Absolutely. And
great.
there's a shit show going on in the world. So it's like, if we have to have, a change of plans in the day and a little vomit, it's okay. Everyone's healthy
What's a
relatively and happy,
on the whole, what's a
Lots of
little
little
puke
puke
between
between friends,
friends, you know?
exactly. So, yes, has been remarkably accommodating to my 1,000 changes to this
Totally fine.
podcast.
It's totally fine. It actually worked out, but funnily enough, sometimes these things work out well, and that worked out well for me because I had some other stuff
Perfect.
to do. So, you know what? Do you know what, Maddie? I know I've said this to you before. I'm gonna say it again. I really like the way that you talk
Mm,
about art. Like, I think it's really nice when people actually verbally appreciate
yeah.
their partner and things that they do. Like, it's just good to say it, and it's a good reminder, and it's good to tell people and not just kind of like notice and be like, "Huh, that was nice," but just be like,
Yeah.
"Shit, I
Yeah.
appreciate
Well, I
that."
think it's
It's
really
really
easy
nice.
to take the people closest to us for granted, don't you think? Because they're always there and you're always kind of doing the same thing. It can be easy to just get into a flow without acknowledging all the little things that everyone is doing.
Mm. Yeah, and sometimes, like, for me, it's people who just do a little thing for me, like, the little things mean
Yeah.
heaps because it's just like, I considered you this many times
Yeah.
during the day,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that's really nice. So let me tell you, I'm making a real effort to just appreciate everything my winter wife does and make a
Thank you,
point of
Winter
saying
Wife.
so.
We love Winter Wife.
Mm. Honestly, I don't know how I'm going to go back to normal
I
life
know. I
after.
know.
Maybe I just won't
I,
never
I was
leave.
actually talking to a friend about au pairs recently, and we were talking about her friend getting a new au pair, and she was like, she's pretty young and hot, and I was like, isn't that the first rule of au pairs, that you don't want to be getting young and
But
hot?
the trouble is, virtually every au pair I've ever had
Yeah,
has been young and
it just
hot.
kind of comes with the territory, doesn't it?
I don't think you
I don't
can
think.
avoid it,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, it's just
I don't
young
think
and
you can
hot
avoid
people
it.
go towards that job.
But do you know do you know what? Like, I remember sort of thinking this to myself, when I was married, just going, "God, is this a good idea to have this young and hot au pair floating around the house all the time?" And then I thought,
Yeah,
"Do you know what? Worth the risk."
totally. In terms of weighing up pros and cons, yeah.
I'm like, "I'm happy to take that risk because I need the help." Do you know, maybe it takes the heat off
Yeah,
me. I don't know.
fine, if it's
Fine, fine.
Oh,
Hey, let's share the load. I'm
yeah,
I'm
share
cool with
share
it.
all the loads in
Um,
the house. It's so fine.
oh my God, so funny. Hey, so we've had some listener
I
messages, which we
love listener
love.
messages.
I want to shout out to Rebecca, who's been listening to the pod from the
Oh,
start.
Rebecca!
From the start. She's gone all the way back. Anyone who's found us and come on board,
Mhm.
welcome. We are thrilled to have you here. Get in touch. If you've gone back and listened from the start,
Love it
we
so
love
much.
that.
And I would love to know,
We love that.
maybe a fave episode, you know?
Oh, yes. Yeah, so recently Rebecca did a half marathon and she was going to me. She asked, "Hey, what episode shall I listen to during the half marathon? Did I get back in time? No, I didn't." And I
Sorry,
apologize for that.
Rebecca, we try our
But
best.
she ended up we try our best. We often fail. I will get back to it at some point. She ended up listening to the Chris Parker episode, which was the one I was going to suggest anyway,
So
because we
good.
love Chris. And it was a nice
Mhm.
long episode and very uplifting. And what a great
That is
choice.
a good
And she will
choice.
get the shout out sometime when
Because
she
I
catches
guess, like,
up.
if you're gonna listen to a podcast while you're doing a half marathon, you don't want a downer, you don't want anything.
No, you
No,
don't want
so
something
you'd either
heavy.
go, like, thriller true crime, I reckon, or
Yeah, and then you're
exactly,
running from
and then you're like,
something.
"Oh my god, I must know what's happening. I'm so invested in this." So it takes your mind out of the
Mm,
pain. And or 2,
mm,
just a little
mm.
comedic relief, just something that you don't have to
Yeah,
think too much about. You can just entertain
it's a
in
good
your
old yarn to
ears.
keep you going. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, on running. So,
Yes,
update on the
because 'cause
knees
you've been getting the
from the knee
fluids.
injections. I got my fluids. I'm running
Are
again.
you?
I'm running again. My knees don't hurt.
Shit, that is amazing news.
It feels so good.
Oh,
It feels I'm only doing quite conservative, like sort of between 5 and 7 Ks at the moment, a
yep,
couple of times a week. The pace is slowly coming back. I'm
yep.
not pushing it, but no
That
pain.
is amazing. Also, excuse me, between 5 and 7 Ks, that's amazing. Oh, just between 5 and 7 Ks
Oh,
twice a
thank
week.
you.
Incredible. So good.
What here's my plan. It's not very exciting, but, do you know what?
Mhm.
You're here now. I'm gonna lay off
Yep.
the endurance stuff and the long distance stuff. 1, don't have time for the training. 2, what's the point in doing that to my knees? I don't have
No.
anything to prove.
We're
I know
just
I
doing
can do
light
it.
exercise for our health, like there's not trying
Yep.
to prove anything here. We're nourishing the
No.
body.
We're nourishing the body. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get back up to being able to do a comfortable 10
Yep.
Ks in under an hour.
Perfect. And
Plenty.
I kind of
Plenty.
see 10Ks as a really good benchmark goal. Like if you can comfortably run 10Ks, I reckon that's a really
Mm.
good level of fitness to be at for just kind of
Yep.
everyday life.
It's fit.
That's being fit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
fit.
I'm not.
All I need to
Yeah,
be is
exactly.
fit
Mhm.
and healthy and strong.
So that you can
And,
handle everyday life
so
with ease.
I sure can, Maddie. Anything that's thrown
I
at
can run
me.
10Ks, so I'm fine.
So, yeah, so everything's fine. I mean, like, everything's going to hell in a handbasket, but I can run 10 Ks. Okay, we've had a wee story from a listener. Shout out to Claire. Can I use your real name?
Clarice?
I think this is fine. She says, "Hi guys, I'm so behind on the podcast, but great story. I was listening yesterday to the one when Jesus came up in conversation. Great timing. The 3 a.m. question from my 5-year-old who's been at Catholic school for 1 week. Mum, how did
Oh.
Jesus die? Instead of telling him asphyxiation then a sword to the side, I told him it's a morning question." Which is great. So I said, so like after deferring to the morning, what did you come up with? She gave herself the rest of the night to think about it. And she said, the question was forgotten and I didn't bring it up.
That's perfect. Yep.
Perfect. And you
You
needn't.
needn't.
You
Oh
needn't.
god. That's a
Yeah.
morning question. That's so good. It just buys you a bit of time, doesn't it? Because who wants to be talking about
Yeah.
Jesus dying on the cross by asphyxiation and sword to the side at 3 a.m.?
You can't, you can't be dealing with Jesus's
Oh,
demise
I
at 3 o'clock in the
know.
morning.
God almighty. And
Oh,
now I'm reading
goodness.
the Da Vinci Code, and that's all about Jesus too. I'm like, God, it's very religious at
Very
the
religious.
moment.
God, what is happening? I tell you what's not religious. So, remember our very exciting
I
drink
do,
bottle
yes.
discussion? Okay, so we put a reel up about that And we had a message from our friend Kate. So remember how I was saying how we can't leave a glass of water by the bed because the cats will
Yes.
drink out of it? Serious warning, all right? This is a public service announcement. Don't do that if you have cats because Kate says, "Oh my god, this happened to Sam. He has a parasite that lives in one of his eyes. Once it gets in, it never goes away." I was like, "Please explain." She said they think the cat drank out of his water when he left it on the table and passed it on to him. It resurfaces if he ever gets stressed.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! Eye
That's
parasite.
horrible. Oh.
What I'm imagining is some kind of, like, millipede crawling around in there, which I'm sure is not what
Well, it would
actually
be a
happens,
very
but I was
small, like a
deeply
very tiny
concerned.
little millipede, basically.
I know, but what
Every
is
time I
how does
think
it what is
parasite,
it?
I imagine some tiny little thing taking control, being like, huh, I'm going to take control of
Mm,
this eye. I'm going to look over there. Now we're going to look over here. Because they do
mm.
that. It's horrible.
Terrible. Once it's in, that's it. You're committed. Now you've got a relationship with a parasite in your eyeball. I did have a strange
You
eyeball
did?
scenario
Yeah.
one day. I got a bug
Mm.
flew into my eye. And when you like it goes in and you like blink, 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 and you try and get it out, and your eyes are watering, and you think, "Oh, I
Yeah.
must have got it. It's gone." It hadn't gone because the next day, there I was going through my day, blinking as per. It floated back around into my
What?
eye. It had just gone in, circumnavigated my eye, and then the next day, 24 hours later, bug
Was
pops
it
back
alive?
out. God no! It hadn't been
That
doing like
is
freestyle
that
back
is
there.
absolutely
Like what?
foul. Oh my god.
I
Oh.
know, disgusting,
Oh,
disgusting.
well, that's the thing about I love cats. I've always been a cat person. I've had cats my whole life, apart from right now. But
Mm.
they do carry gross things, don't they? They do get parasitey
They
things.
mm,
And the old
yeah,
toxoplasmosis. You gotta be
mm.
careful on that too.
You've gotta be
Yeah,
careful.
but they're
I
so
know, I
lovely. I
know.
love
Like,
cats.
I like them, but I'm worried about the microscopic nature of what's on, in, and around them. I try
It's
not to think about it. We've got 2
it's
cats,
best
we're
to yeah,
committed.
it's
This is
best
the
to
way that it
just
is.
not worry about it, I think.
Not
Yeah,
think too hard
just
about
cover
it.
your water at night and hope for the best. Mhm.
Drink bottle. Yeah, with a cap.
Exactly, they can't get to that, can they?
Maddie, someone went to the radio awards and it wasn't
It
me.
was me, it was me. Yeah, it was
Was it
me,
you?
and it was really fun. It was really cool. It was just like
We've not we've won a lot of awards, we've never got to
I
go.
know. Well, if it makes you feel better, they're very long, very long.
Did
Yes,
you get
yes, I
bored?
did. Yep, there were
Great.
64
Okay, fine.
categories.
Okay.
Yeah, 64
Oh,
categories.
wow.
It was a really cool event and like people did amazing speeches and stuff, but just like with any awards thing, if it goes too long, it's boring. And it was
Mm,
borderline,
and
borderline. Mm.
it was borderline. And let's just say, just so everyone's clear, the only reason we didn't win an award is because we didn't enter the
If we had
enter
entered,
into the awards.
watch
Oh,
out,
look out. Oh,
we'd be getting
oh,
up that stage
oh.
so many times along with the Hosk and whoever else. Oh god. Yeah, but
Um,
yeah,
but
it
that was
was really
cool.
cool. I sort of felt like a bit of an imposter just because well, it was
Did
all like
you?
radio industry people and at the after party everyone's like, "Yeah." And I was just sort of like, "Oh, yay, radio. Woo," but
You're on the
I
radio.
know, but it's still like it doesn't feel like I am. You know what I mean? It doesn't I don't
Mm.
feel like one of the radio crew, but it was still really fun, and I had a good dance, and yeah, I had a
Oh,
good old
good.
dance on the D floor, got very sweaty, it was fun, and but I gave myself a curfew of 10:30 because we were moving the next day, and I was staying in the
Oh my
city,
god.
so it
It
was
was a
such a
huge
big week, and
week.
so I didn't have to drive in the morning because I had to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning to get home in time for the movers who are coming at 7. And I was like, if I am hungover and if I'm late, Art will divorce me. Like he will actually
Mm.
divorce me because I'd been away the whole week because we had conference for like 2
Oh,
days and then we
oh, you
had
did?
the show and then radio awards. So I was like, well, I may as well stay in the city because otherwise I'm getting home at like 8 o'clock and then leaving at 7 in the morning. So it kind of doesn't make any sense. And I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
just stay in the city while we're getting the house ready for the movers. Sure, sure, enjoy.
Oh,
He
he needs that
needs that
massage, doesn't he?
massage big time. So,
Oh, better reschedule that. Better make sure that is in the calendar.
well, there might even have to be a personal massage coming, if you know what I mean, because it's
It's
looking that
kinda
way, isn't
looking
it?
that way, Maddie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be a
No,
winter wife
I
that's
think it's
stepping in
gonna
there.
have to be
It is not.
the standard wife, the standard everyday wife.
Oh, just the standard everyday garden variety,
Boring
run of the
old,
mill wife.
boring old boot. So
Slip off your Ugg boots.
take off my granny pants that have got holes in them and my big old jumper and say, "All right, you all right, mister?"
All right then. Look out, brace yourself.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh
Yes. But it
god.
was,
Um,
yeah, it was very fun. But can I have an update on your love life or is it private?
yes. Well, no, I mean, obviously, it is private, but I have a podcast, so it's
Do you know what
private
I've
to a
learnt?
degree.
I've learnt with
Mm.
radio, they have said there's personal and there's private. So they love personal
Oh.
stories, but
Mm.
but some things are
Some
private, and if you don't wanna
things.
share that, that's fine. I was like, "What
Mm.
does private mean?" I've
No,
I've talked about shitting
actually
my pants, so it's fine.
we don't know where the
We're
line
still
is.
finding it.
It changes. It changes from day to day depending on how we feel. Actually, I
Mhm.
do need to cover this off because what's happened is I need to do a bit of a
Okay.
corrections corner. Because where we left off with my love life was with the lovely Scotsman with his
Yes.
lovely voice
Oh, we love
reading
a
the lovely
Scotsman.
dragon porn.
Yeah,
And we all
we did.
enjoyed that, didn't we? We
We
all had a
did.
nice time. Well, what happened was the Scotsman and I, after he was exactly a summer lover. Like he fit
Yep.
exactly into summer. Like exactly. Beginning of December to the end of February.
Great.
Perfect. And then we've just happily friend
Okay.
zoned one another. And we are still friends. He came over, he cooked me the best chicken curry I've ever had in my entire
Really?
life. We did homemade
Share the
chapatis.
recipe for the curry, would you?
Oh, well, it was quite a process because he was making the spice mix and he was doing things the day before and then he brought all that over. Chicken had been diced, it had been in the spice mix. There was another thing, there was another it was
People
very
that make their
elaborate.
own spice mix, like, first of all, if you're a man,
Yeah,
what a turn on.
it's
Second of
hot.
all, how do you do it? Like, who can be
Yeah.
bothered making their own spice mix? I wish I was that person.
Well, I know, I know. Well, he's a single man,
He's got the
like, he can
time.
do the prep on this
Mhm.
stuff. He's got the time to be faffing around. He's now making beef jerky,
Yeah,
you know? So, he's got the time. Anyway, he's great. We're still mates. We chat a lot, and
yeah.
it's awesome. So now what the corrections corner is, I have been receiving a lot of, let's say, well-earned praise about the 42-minute Pilates session. I I had a complaint from my
Partner.
Pilates
Okay.
instructor,
Yeah.
my Pilates partner, yes, partner, because frankly, let's not give him the
No, exactly.
authority of
Like,
being
no
the
one's instructing
instructor.
you. Thank you very much.
Um,
Yeah.
no, you saw my heart rate, I was taking control. Let's not forget the 25 seconds I spent in zone 5, okay? That
I
there
was
were
working,
moments of greatness.
okay?
I was working, okay? Anyway, my Pilates partner, I was telling him that I was getting a lot of wonderful feedback and praise
Yeah.
for the session from listeners, also my mother, who called to commend me on it also. So that is nice. It's
That's
nice
good.
when your mum's like, "Hey,
That's
42 minutes."
that
I'm
is
like,
seriously
"Thank you.
impressive.
Thank you.
42 minutes,
That
God, I
is
haven't done
nice."
that since I was
Um,
bloody 18.
well,
Yeah.
Maddie, you know. You know what's coming.
That'll be
You know what's
the
due.
massage has been cancelled, so it might be a little 42-minute tonight.
Limber up, get those legs akimbo. It became apparent to me and upsetting to my Pilates partner that the Pilates session has been wrongly attributed to the Scotsman, when in fact we have gone just south of the border. The Pilates partner is an Englishman,
Wait, so
and he's wait, what?
I'm
What are you missing?
confused.
What have I
I'm
not told you about my
confused.
love life?
So wait, the
Okay, all
so the
right.
summer lover ended end of Feb. But the Pilates
Yeah,
was after Feb, wasn't it? Beginning
beginning
of
of
March.
March. We had a very
So
quick
it was still the
turnaround.
Scotsman. No, it wasn't. No, it was the
No,
Englishman.
no. So anyway, the Pilates partner's great. He's wonderful. Do you know what? We have, I don't know if you remember me doing quite some time ago, the life
I
cycle
do
of modern
remember.
dating. And I had a little graph and I've got it with
Yep.
me here. Okay. And
The
I'm
life
holding
cycle
it
of
up
modern dating.
so
There it
people
is.
can see. Okay. This is what we've got. And I thought, let's do a little recap because what's happened as of last night, it's been 3 months with the
Wow.
Pilates partner, which for me
Yeah.
is quite something. And I was explaining to him, I was like, "Oh, I've actually got this graph of the life cycle of modern dating. We've made
Yeah.
it off the graph.
Because the
Like that
graph
is
is only 3
incredible.
months, is that right?
The graph is 10
You're
weeks.
well past the graph.
Yeah. So, but I thought it was a good
Yeah.
time for a little recap. Okay. So what we've got here, people, is the life cycle of modern dating. We've got across here this middle horizontal
Is
line,
that the
10
x-axis or the
weeks. Okay.
y-axis? Can't remember.
That's this is
That's the
this is
X
the
one, righto.
x-axis. This is the y-axis. We've got a couple of segments above this middle line of time. Segment
Yeah.
1 is hope. Above that, we've got euphoria. And above that, we've got giddy. Okay? So in the beginning, when you begin to
Mhm.
chat to someone and you're working towards your first date in week 1, 2, 3, and 4, where maybe you're starting to date, what you go is you shoot
Yeah.
up through hope, you go through euphoria, and then you just sort of waver between giddy and euphoria for the
So it's
first
a good
weeks that you
time, those
begin
first few
dating
weeks.
someone. It's a great time, okay? Around week 4, you might notice a little red
Little drop
flag,
off.
maybe a couple, a little drop off. You start to question things. You dip down from giddy through euphoria
Mhm.
to hope. And then you don't want to believe that what you're seeing is in fact true. So you tell yourself a little story for the next couple of weeks and you just waver between hope and euphoria for a couple of weeks there. And then around week 6 is when reality starts to hit. And you dip down from hope down into disillusion,
Mm.
which is below the center
Mm.
line here. Around week 6, week 7, you dip then on down through disillusion to going to the gym and then right down
It's
to
quite
eating your
significant,
feelings.
that drop, isn't it, from week 6?
It's oh god, I've
Oh
lost
god,
everything.
the
I've
headphones are
lost
falling
everything
out.
and all the excitement. My headphones have
Talking
fallen
about
out.
week
My
6 has just
headphones have fallen
sent
out.
you.
Which it's sent me. Yes, so there's a very sudden drop off around between week 6
Right.
and week 7 when the reality of the situation and the person that you thought you're with
You think, "Oh, they're
reveals
actually a
itself.
bit shit, aren't they?" Yeah.
That's shit. And then suddenly it's over. Whatever's happened has happened. Between week 7 and week 9, then you are eating your feelings and going to the gym. Because there's a part of you that's disappointed, there's another part of you that knows that you
Yeah.
need to carry on. So you pull yourself back together. About week 9, you go from going to the gym to disillusion, where you realize you're going to have to start the cycle all over again. And around week 10, you go back to between disillusion and hope when you return to an app. And then you rinse and repeat. And that, my friends, is the life
Oh
cycle of
my
modern dating.
gosh. You have really
Thank
I
you.
feel like you've hit the nail on the head, because then when you get back to base, which is just between disillusionment and hope, is that right?
Yeah, bases
Yeah.
between
So
disillusionment and
when
hope.
you're
Yeah.
there, you could kind of go either way then, couldn't you? Because you're sort of like,
Because
you've been burned. It's like, what's the point of bloody doing this again?
I
Here
know,
I
here
am.
I
But
am.
then you get a
Here I
little
am
glimmer and you go,
all
oh,
over again. But then you
could
get
it
a little
be?
like, oh,
This is
oh,
seeming okay.
oh. I know. And then you think, God, I've just got to go on,
Yeah.
don't I? I've just got to go on. I do have to say a little shout out to someone in one of my girls' groups. I won't name you, who is frantically dating at the
Frantically,
moment, is
feverishly dating.
developing, feverishly dating. Well, look, she is a hot ticket, let
Love
me
it.
tell you that much. And she's developing a wonderful little rota. And someone has suggested a date with a place, with a time, been very intentional. And her response is, a man that takes control, just take my ovaries.
Oh, Amen to that. Just make the decision,
Amen to
you
that.
know?
I know. Make the
Yeah.
call, see it through.
Isn't that interesting
Um,
actually? There's a perfect balance in there somewhere between like a man or partner or whatever taking charge and just sort of taking stuff off your plate, like, right, here's what we're going to do,
mm,
but also
mm,
letting you take charge when you want to. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
there is a perfect balance, I think, because I think we all fantasize about like, oh, wouldn't it be nice to just have all the decisions made and like, oh, just
Mm,
someone taking
I mean,
charge, incredible. But then actually in reality, fucking annoying.
no. I think that there's a fine balance there because what you wanna
Mm,
see in the beginning is someone who can show a little bit of, like, intention and
yes.
leadership and
Mhm.
directionality and stability,
And,
right?
like,
You're like,
motivation that they
I'm not
want
looking."
to see you
Motivation,
and yeah.
enthusiasm, right? 100%. You don't want them to order for you.
No. The intention then ends there. Now let me make that decision for myself.
Make
That's very important.
my own
Yeah.
decision.
And for the
Yeah.
lady, a
God, that
salad
reminds me of that
perhaps?
pizza guy. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, we can't be having
Oh,
that.
so it's yeah, no, I do God, the girls chats are popping off at the moment. Now, I do have another corrections
Yes.
corner. This time not about my love life. And that corrections corner actually on a more serious note is from a wonderful listener who wanted to share some additional information following a recent episode we had with
Yes.
Alice Soper to help queer couples who are looking to have a baby. And so she wanted to clarify that there is actually more than one fertility clinic in New Zealand supporting
Great.
queer families. She mentioned, now I don't know if it said repromed or
Right.
repromed. I don't know
Surely it
what
would
is
be repro
correct.
med because reproductive medical?
Yes, however, it's all one word. It's spelt like so, and I will put the link in the show notes for
Okay.
anyone who would
So
like
it's
this
either
resource.
repromed or repromed. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I don't need to spell
Great.
it. I'll put the link in the show notes. It was a reproductive medicine clinic founded in 2007 by Dr. Guy Gudex. They're based in Auckland, but they see patients from around the country, and they're known for their inclusive approach, especially when working with queer couples. So they have a team of specialists, including labs and dietitians, and are actively involved in advocacy and community support. They're also currently working with a charity called
Oh,
Ginger
yeah,
Nuts
that's,
Angels.
Jamie Lupton's
Well,
one. Yeah.
yes, yeah, yeah, founded by Jamie Lupton, creator of Monday Shampoo. And the charity provides financial support to people on their fertility journey. So our listener also suggested Jamie might be good for the
Yes,
show.
we should
Have a
get
look
I
into
love
that.
Jamie. Let's get her.
Okay, great. Let's
She doesn't
I'll
seem very
contact her
busy.
today.
She surely
She's
she's
probably got
got
heaps
some
of
spare
time.
time for an hour on
Heaps
the
of
pod.
time. So thank you to our listener for sending that in. And it was just a great reminder that there are multiple pathways and options for families of all ages and
Yes.
stages, whoever you are and whatever you're going through. And so, yeah, thank you so much for sending that. And we really, really
Yes,
appreciate that.
totally. Because whilst we
Um,
think we know it all, there are gaps.
ha- as it turns out, we're wrong.
Oh.
Oh, goodness me. Well, Maddie,
We might have to just call it there.
well, because you've got a Pilates session to get on with.
I've got some prep to do for the Pilates session, if you know what I mean. Bit of
Oh, right.
pruning to do. Yeah,
Bit
bit
of
of
pruning.
pruning.
Better get out
Yeah,
the old hedge trimmers.
get the secateurs.
Get out get out that whippersnapper.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of a situation. So I will sort that this evening. And then I'll jump in the boat, joyfully
Joyfully,
jump in the boat and start rowing. Yeah.
and just row as fast as you can for at least 42 minutes.
Oh, good stuff. Art's gonna love this
Oh god, and
conversation.
that's
He'll just love it.
I bet
Oh,
he listens every week.
he's our number one. He's like, "Oh my
Is
god, a new
he?
episode's dropped Saturday morning." He's like,
Can't
"Guys, I
wait.
gotta go. I gotta go listen."
Yep. Liking the reels flat out, leaving comments.
It's his full-time job, it really is. Oh,
Oh,
what
so
then it's
good.
just
Well, Maddie,
always cup filling doing our episodes, don't you think?
yeah.
It's like, oh,
It is, and we've still got things to carry over
so
because we
many
haven't
things.
got
We
through
only
everything.
covered like
Hey,
3.
I'm really happy you're in your new
Thank you.
house.
It's
How are you
so
feeling?
nice. And it's just, we're surrounded by trees. So there's just something about
Mm,
being near trees that is instantly making me feel like, "Oh, this is just so wonderful." It really is lovely, and we're so happy, and there's lots of little
Mm.
projects that we wanna do around the place, but we've got a really big mortgage, so we probably won't be doing any of the projects anytime soon, but one day, we've got ideas, we've got mood boards.
Oh, great. There'll be something on
Oh,
Pinterest that is
honestly,
just
my
building.
Pinterest is getting a little out of control, but, I mean, Art keeps saying because I show him this stuff, and I'm like, "Look at this, we could do this," and he's like, "Yeah, where are you hiding your big bag of cash? Like, that that's gonna pay for it. Where's that?" I'm working on it. Got a little I got a little piggy
Okay,
bank up there for some home
okay.
decor, okay? Anyway,
Oh, well, it's very nice that you've got to that stage where you can unpack things. You're not in limbo anymore. You're not in
so
that moment of
nice.
transition. Oh, by the way, we also had another listener who has stayed in the Airbnb that you were staying
Oh,
in.
really? Oh,
Yes, loved
it's a
it.
oh, I hear Penny knocking on the door. But
Oh,
also enjoy your lovely winter wife and enjoy that time with her.
I will. I need to go and apologize because I've left the kitchen in an absolute state, and I don't want her to think that it's my expectation that she
I'm sure
cleans
she
the
won't
kitchen.
mind. If you just like, just say,
I'm sure
"Hey,
she
hey
won't mind.
babes, you know, we're a team
Yeah.
here." We're a team. Okay, well, hey, have a lovely day and
Yes, you
we'll see you
too.
next time.
Yes, and just everyone out there, if you're listening on the weekend, have a wonderful weekend, or whenever you're listening, hey, welcome. Lovely to have you. Send in some
We
things. We
really
love hearing
do
from you.
love it. Okay, see you next time. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys. Take care.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Untidy. If you enjoyed it, we'd love your support to keep making the show. The best thing you can do to help is subscribe by hitting follow in your podcast app and leaving us a little 5-star review. You can also now watch and subscribe on YouTube and check out how these millennials are keeping up with the cool kids on TikTok and the gram. Lastly, please share this podcast with your mates. It means that we can keep building this supportive community, keep giving you untidy episodes, and just keep doing what we love to do.
Don't forget to check out mybigmoments.com for kids' books that make your tricky job of parenting a whole lot easier. Untidy listeners get a discount at checkout, so just pop in Untidy for 10% off your order. Lastly, we would like to thank all of the good people who make this podcast possible. Flicker Williams and Joe Rocker at My Big Moments for the beautiful artwork and design, Maxine London Creative for editing this episode, and Lana Byrne for creating our social content. And to you, our listeners, Araha nui, take care. We'll see you soon.